to the November 2025 Maryland Higher Education Commission monthly meeting. We have a quorum with the attendance of Commissioners Bands, Burnham, Dukes, Howe, Williams, Otrey, and Motts. And I just wanted to start off by welcoming the group. Also wanted to commend the agency for a lot of hard work that I've seen in action over the last couple of weeks. On Thursday evening and Friday, the commission hosted its Student Success Summit. It was very well attended and extremely well received. I've heard a lot of compliments, and I just wanted to thank many of my fellow commissioners for attending the summit. Commissioners Agu, Burnham, Dukes, Thompson, Otrey, and I were there and got to see the strong work of the agency team in action. In addition, yesterday, and actually starting on Tuesday, the MHEC senior staff has played a major role in a national conference that's here in Baltimore, Complete College America. Secretary Rye and many members of his senior team, Deputy Secretary Kiros Levanis spoke, and many of the team participated. And it's just nice to see Maryland leading other states in this really important goal. As I think many of you know, college completion is a particular passion of mine. You know, all the other wonderful things we're doing, there's a necessary prerequisite that our students graduate before they can go on to achieve these 21st century jobs. So thank you to Dr. Rye for his leadership and for his senior team for playing such a major role in this national conference that is being hosted as we speak in Baltimore. Today is the last day of the conference. I also just wanted to note, for those who've been following the national news, that the federal government has announced a reorganization, a restructuring of the Department of Education. And Dr. Rye and his team and we at the Commission are definitely monitoring these developments to make sure that our students in Maryland see no detriment, to make sure that the financial aid and other services that our students receive that will be continuing to occur. And I know Dr. Rye and his team are monitoring this hourly. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Rye. I think you're on mute, sir.
Good morning again. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the November meeting of Maryland Higher Education Commission. As we enter this season of Thanksgiving, we all have a bit of a plan, a little bit relaxing few days. I want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude to our entire higher education community in our state of Maryland. In a time of significant change, disruption, and pressure, you continue to keep your students at the center of everything you do. It is a privilege to work alongside such dedicated and mission-driven faculty, staff, leaders across Maryland. As Chair Morse mentioned, we are monitoring the situation with the restructuring of Department of Education on the federal side. We have issued a public statement. You will get a copy of that statement right after this meeting if you have not already received it. I also want to, just like Chair Martz, I also want to thank everyone who attended the 2025 Student Success Summit last week. We were really honored to have the Lieutenant Governor Miller open the event with her inspiring remarks, setting the tone for a really forward-looking and energizing conversations about the future of higher education in our state. A special word of appreciation goes to all my MHEC team who worked tirelessly to organize the summit. I want to give a special shout out to Dr. Emily Dow and Alex Newen for their exceptional leadership, attention to detail, and certainly commitment to excellence. Thank you to all of you for making this summit a success. Finally, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all our commissioners. Your guidance, support, stewardship are invaluable as we work to advance opportunity, strengthen our institutions, and ensure that Maryland remains a national leader in higher education. It is truly an honor to serve with all of you. Thank you, and I give it back to you, Chair Marks.
Thank you, Secretary Rye. We have a brief agenda today. And it begins with a review of the minutes from our last meeting on October 22nd, 2025. Is there a motion from the commission?
I move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, the motion to approve the minute. Oh, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposition or abstentions? All right, the motion to approve the October 22nd minutes passes unanimously. And we'll now move to our one order of business, which is adoption of some regulations relating to the Teaching Fellows for Maryland Scholarship. I will turn it over to Mr. Dorsett.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner, and good morning, Secretary Rye, Madam Commissioner, Vice Chair Agu, and Commissioners. Thank you again for meeting, for this meeting and coming together. Really appreciate for us to move forward and push these regulations forward so that we can move forward with the Teaching Fellows Scholarship. In order for the proposed regulations to have legal effect after initial publication in the Maryland Register and a public comment period, a state entity must formally adopt regulations and publish notice of the adoption in Maryland Register. The following proposed regulations are ready for final adoptions. These are the amendments to Teaching Fellows for Maryland Scholarship Program, COMAR 13B 08-2202. This was back on January 22nd, 2025, that the Commission approved for publication amendments to the Teaching Fellows for Maryland Scholarship Program regarding the definition of full-time and part-time registration for graduate students. Under the amended regulations, the definition of full-time and part-time enrollment for graduate students will be based on the institution's own internal policy for classifying graduate students as full-time or part-time. Additionally, the definition for part-time enrollment for undergraduate students would be expanded to include those students enrolled in less than 6 credits. These changes would increase the number of students able to utilize available scholarship funds. The proposed regulatory amendments were published in the Maryland Registry on May 16, 2025 and closed. The public comment period for the amendment ended on June 15, 2025, and no public comments were received. The regulatory amendments became eligible for final adoption on June 30th. It is recommended that the Commission approves for final adoption the enclosed regulatory proposal, amending the definitions of full-time and part-time within the Teaching Fellows for Maryland Scholarship. And that is the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Dorsett. Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Dorsett? All right. Is there a motion with respect to Mr. Dorsett's recommendation? Mr. Williams.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Dorsett. Really appreciate the opportunity to finalize these. Just a quick question on the timeline. Given their eligibility back in June, was there anything behind the time between June and now that led us to final adoption today?
I would say really that we did have some turnover with the switch of our attorneys, which it was missed there. I don't know if Principal Counsel Ward would want to add in there.
Yeah, I can speak to that, Mr. Williams. The former Assistant Attorney General was the regulations coordinator, and whenever there's notice that regulations are permissive for final adoption, the email would go to her, and because that email was no longer functioning, once I was able to get in there and see it, that's when I saw it. So normally it would not have taken this long, but it was just a matter of some turnover with our office.
Okay, thank you. It sounds like a process issue. I was thinking there might be some substantive issue. It doesn't sound like that at all. So I appreciate the context.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any other questions for Mr. Dorsett or Ms. Ward?
No, Madam Chair, I move approval.
Thank you, Dr. Burnham. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of Mr. Dorsett's recommendation, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition or abstention? All right, the recommendation carries unanimously. Next on the agenda is public comment. And Ms. Wen, I believe there are no public comments. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, well, this is officially going to be the shortest commission meeting in my 2.5-year tenure. So the only announcement is that our next meeting will be after Thanksgiving on Wednesday, December 10th at 10 a.m. as usual. And I just want to echo what Dr. Rai said in this season of Thanksgiving and gratitude. Thank you to each of you for all you do, both my fellow commissioners in the unpaid gubernatorial appointment and also the agency staff who work so hard each and every day. Thank you for all you do for Maryland students. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you in December.
All right, you have one too.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
Wonderful.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.